For those of you who don't know, one of my favorite horror franchises out there is a franchise called The Evil Dead. Here's a small recap for those of you who don't know. The Evil Dead takes place in a cabin in the woods. Main character Ashley Williams, played by Bruce Campbell, stays there with his friends. They find the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, listen to some old recordings, and his peers become possessed. Later on, some people would buy out the franchise and they would do like a retelling in the sequel. This is one of those franchises that's more known for its sequels. A lot like Puppet Master and Friday the 13th. Honestly, Evil Dead 2 is my favorite in the franchise, but believe it or not, the series didn't start with Evil Dead. It actually started with a short film released in 1978 called Within the Woods. The only place I was able to find this particular short film was on YouTube, and honestly, it's watchable. I like it. The quality is roughly 1922 Nosferatu, so piss poor, but it's still watchable. I'd recommend it. But the story is pretty different. Rather than based around demons and deadites, it's actually based around an ancient Indian burial ground. And rather than playing Ash Williams, Bruce Campbell actually plays, well, Bruce. Bruce digs up an ancient dagger, which causes him to become possessed, which then results in him becoming zombified and start killing his peers. But since the short film was like 30 minutes long, you can assume he probably doesn't last long. And honestly, despite the poor quality, it's actually watchable. Not to mention the fact that a lot of the stuff from this one short film actually ended up in the actual series, such as the ancient dagger.
What is it? It's an old Indian dagger.
The main character losing his hand. The main character becoming possessed.
And so must die.
And much, much more. This short film was just a test to try and make something scary. And if you ask me, I think they succeeded. And thus, Evil Dead was born. Unfortunately, there's no mention of the Necronomicon book, which does kind of upset me, because that's one of my favorite parts of the franchise. I honestly think that book is very interesting. By the way, I just want to point out they're actually selling props of the book itself on Google, so I'm thinking about purchasing one to use in videos. Kind of like what we did with the Death Note. But yeah, if you want to watch the short film that started the entire Evil Dead franchise, we will leave it linked in the comments. Seriously, go watch it. It's actually pretty good.